Welcome, my friends. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Hope y'all are having a good day today. I knew I forgot something. I knew I forgot something, and it would be the fact that I left everything looping. Big LOL. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need. Where did I put? I literally I saved a track, and then I don't have that track anymore. Did I put it in my downloads? I'm not entirely certain. I'm gonna unmute chat, and we're gonna find everything at that point in time. So give me 1 second. One moment, please. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Yo.
Hello. Greetings, salutations, good evening. Good evening, one and all. I'm looking for something that I downloaded and I can't find it. Do I do this? Dragon. Spire of Euclid. Before we begin, who were my blacksmiths?
Dirk was.
Dirk was a blacksmith? Excellent. And okay, add in this, add in a little token, do a little check. And how's everyone's leveling going? Does anyone have any questions for today? Today's gonna be pretty light because I know you guys wanted to hang out with the dragons, see which dragon's doing what. Oh yeah, I guess we could do that here. One moment. Now that the rain's cleared. What a dragon doing? Oh yes, absolutely going to switch this. Rain has cleared over in the ruins of this city. And so I'm gonna actually switch you guys over a different map. Boo. Yeah. Now that the rain has cleared, I need I was seeing if I can get a system in place for today's session, and I did, Smile. And it involves blacksmithing. Pretty awesome. All right, I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put this later.
Did you guys know that dragons invented rap music?
Whoa.
Is that
it's
true?
Because they spit fire.
I was about to say it, I couldn't unmute in time.
you were scrambling. You were running as fast as you can. You were like, I need to get that. I need to be the first.
I knew it. It's just like the monk and bard joke. I love D&D pun jokes.
What's the
monk and bard?
Yeah, tell me the monk and bard joke. I don't know what that is.
Why was it so easy for the bard to multiclass into monk?
Why?
Because it was a simple key change.
I
get it.
I was like, it took me a minute, and then I got it, and then I was sad. And then I was looking down, I was like, oh, Sage. Let me see. Here, and here, because I gotta slap something up on the map. Minimize that. Let me go over here. There we go. What was that?
That was the dragon.
Oh, it was like sounded like someone was puffing a big old vape.
That was the dragon.
That was the. It was the dragon, dude. Oh, all right. My internet's been kind of crashy today, so we'll see what ends up happening. And then Sterling undo there. All right. Switching over. Kadoosh. D&D map. D&D map. Hello. Mod check. D&D map. I see. That's a no on the D&D map. So give me 1 second while I get that going. Oh, you know what I probably need to do? Yep, that was it. And then, okay. Sorry, I'm getting everything loaded up. Sometimes everything loads really quickly. Other times everything just breaks down. Loading here. And here we go. All right, let me go ahead and look at everyone's character sheets. Are y'all doing nice and dandy? And then we can go ahead and begin. Yo, Snake, nice roll, dude. Let me see what we got. View. Okay, so level 12, level 12, level 12, 12, 12, 12. 12. Okay, perfect. Everyone leveled up. Any questions or anything like that for your characters, for your classes, anything like that? Did you guys have any trouble leveling up or anything of that nature? You all rolled max hit points, correct? Just making sure you did that.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfecto. Perfecto. Hayo's missing level fighter HP. DM. Yes, chat. Thank you. I'm proud of you, chat. Let's see what's going on for Hayo. DM. I can fix that. 84, 832. 80 plus 32 is 112. All right, it's been fixed. Also, everyone feel free to do a full rest because you guys are taking it easy today with your new silent drum roll. Oh yeah, you have no name for this guy anyway, so.
Can we name him?
His baby.
Baby. Well,
I didn't like that.
What, babe? Me or
I didn't like you essentially going, baby.
Baby. I don't understand what the problem is. All right. So as a brief recap of everything that has happened up to this point from the last session, you went off to face against the insanity of a dragon, simply named Insanity. Quite literally a negative vortex of emotion, of this raw, powerful energy that essentially is created through the dragons who lost connection with their gods when Divin Void were killed some over 500 years ago. Insanity itself was sealed away in a separate dimension in the hopes to not only save this dragon whelpling, but to do it right and not release the insanity of the dragon into the world. You guys went into this pocket dimension, fought off against this fearsome emotion, and then returned back into the cavern, where you have unsealed the third runestone to the Spire of Euclid. With the barrier down, the spirit freed, and the corpse that it was patrolling this area returned to the earth, with the rains now settled in this area for the first time for a long time, you take a moment of rest within the town itself. You take the dragon whelpling outside of the cave, and it still continues its slumber. So, we got a couple of questions for everybody. Let me first see. I'm still looking for... There it is. Where is this? Open... Proper... Oh, open file location. Oh, that's where I put it. Okay, cool. There's a piece of music I wanted to play. So there was a couple of questions we were talking about last session, last campaign. Cicely, I see you're rolling some pretty sweet numbers. Anything in particular you're doing?
No.
It's okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You guys were discussing who you wanted the dragon to essentially imprint on when it came to everyone in the party. Is there anyone here in particular who is going to lay claim to the dragon to essentially
I feel like that's
make their
all up in
minion?
Hayo's business, and also we should give her the wings too.
Is that does the rest of the party concur?
I want this cauldron.
Okay. Okay, so we're doing have we done loot divvying up? Have you guys decided who gets what yet? I suppose we should start with that first. So as to recall, the magical items and armaments and loot that you've acquired from Insanity. You've received an Iron Stone of Vitality, in which you were able to place upon your head. It will then float there, sort of surrounding, orbiting your noggin. With this Iron Stone, you gain a +1 bonus to death saving throws, while this luminous green and blue marbled sphere orbits your head. This does require attunement. You've also received the Wings of a Dragon. The Wings of the Dragon grants you +30 to movement speed. You are also able to fly as long as your turn ends on the ground. If your turn does not end on the ground, you will plummet from the sky, taking falling damage depending on how high you have flown up. This is a permanent attunement. This will permanently take an attunement slot. But effectively, what ends up happening is you'll be given these vibrant red, just untapped energy wings that will erupt from your back whenever you attempt to fly, whenever you attempt to move. You've also gained a Glaive of Insanity, which is, it looks like made of like almost like an obsidian stone, like a combination of that obsidian glass mixed with an onyx. And there are veins of this ruby red energy that sears through the glaive. It is a glaive weapon, so it's +3. The base damage is 1d10 slashing, but in addition, it also deals 1d8 psychic damage. And then finally, the Cauldron of Life. This is a tiny pot, which bears a relief of scenes of heroes on its cast iron sides. The scene depicts the fight on one end, a group of adventurers and heroes facing off against a radiant god, Div. On the other side, depicts a different group of heroes facing against a violent beast that is similar to the Void Star that you faced, effectively the god Void. That is what's adorned. As mentioned before, on the Void side, your ally, Sterling, who has returned to Atlas at this point in time, there is an individual imprinted upon the tiny pot that does resemble Sterling. So, but yes, so this tiny pot's there. When you finish a long rest, you can use the cauldron to create a potion of greater healing. The potion lasts for 24 hours and loses magic if not consumed. Okay, so who, we'll go down the list. Who's laying claim to the Iron Stone of Vitality?
And I believe we had 1 or 2 clusters of insanity.
Did you? I was going over the dragon. Loot
okay.
That you wrote down, Russ.
Right.
Did you mention anywhere here?
I can't remember if it was just 1 or 2.
I see 1. I'm sure chat
Right.
will also know, but I do see 1 as well. The Cluster of Insanity will increase a piece of armor by +1 to a maximum of +3. So if you already have a +2 piece of weapon or a +2 armor, you were able to use this Cluster of Insanity to increase it by a further +1.
Okay, who wants that? And do we want to roll off for it?
What, the cluster?
It's just a +1. That's the only thing I want for
said
this
you
whole list.
wanted it. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Are
Okay
you
with everybody?
okay?
All right, make my +1 sword a +2 sword in D&D Beyond, please, sir.
I was about to be like, you didn't say please, but then you did say please, so then I can't really I can't really argue about that. 2 hit bonus is going to be 1. Go ahead and save. Yep, perfect. Oh, perfect. Your Salve Iguana Greatsword, it now gives a +11 hit. And then if we go over to your character. Fun. Derek, character sheet. And
Oh, that macro?
Yep, I actually need to increase it further. That magic is going to be another 1. So there we go. 2. Hold on. Why? 20. Oh, you increased your strength.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Excellent. We can fix that very quick. Core, your what were your ability scores that you increased? Was it just strength and what else?
It was strength and let me check.
I can check 13, 14, 10, 12, and 14 for there. I just see strength. 20, 13.
Strength and dex it says for level 8.
Okay. Dex over here is 13. Okay, perfect. All right, you're there. You're good. Plus 11. Everything good. We increased your Salvo Guana. Great Sword is now a +2. Excellent.
Jeez.
And then for macro, I think we have to recreate the macros to update. Done. Yes. There we go. All right, your macros should have been updated. All right.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you. Okay, so now you have for Salvo Guana, Greatsword +2. There's still Greatsword +1. We'll remove that right now, Smile. We'll remove that now. Let me go ahead and do
Right now.
Right meow. Salvo Guana, Greatsword. Okay, delete. Deleted. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so that's the +1 goes there. Who's getting the Ironstone of Vitality? Any takers?
Well, I can't die, so that's unnecessary for me. Anyone else need it?
Excellent.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
The Ironstone. If no one wants the Vitality Ironstone, we can just leave it in.
I'm taking it then.
All right, there it is. It's done.
Is that the kind of item that can be sold, traded for?
Oh yeah, you could absolutely sell it for some moolah or potentially another magical item, if you so desire. If I go over to Eric Southpaw.
Hello.
Hello, Eric.
Hello.
I'm going to look up the Ironstone of Vitality. Load more. Haha, hello? Where the... Is it Fortitude? Einstein, 1d3 feet confers a benefit to you. Fortitude. Why can I not find an Ironstone of Vitality in the magic item list? What's going on here? Hey, D&D, what's going on?
Where'd that stone go?
Where'd that stone go? What is stone doing? Vitality. Oh, I have a potion of Vitality. Okay. That's weird.
It's because the Vitality isn't an actual Ironstone, I'm pretty sure.
I do, bro. I saw it. Like, did I just... What? Okay, all right, hold on.
I'm looking at the list and it's not on the list of Ironstones.
Where did I get this thing from then? There's no... Okay, hold on. That can't be. That just can't be. That can't be at all. D&D Beyond Magica? I did roll last time. I know I did, chat. That's why I'm very confused. Vitality. Yeah, it's right here. I'm looking at it. Ironstone of Vitality requires attunement. This came from Infernal Machine Rebuild, page 94. What the fuck?
Ah, yes.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
94. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Infernal Machine Rebuild launches across distant planes in time to uncover additional components in order to reassemble the fabled machine. This is fuck. What Why? What?
Side content, Pog!
Oh, I see. I seem to have doomed myself. This is a nope. This is an adventure on the marketplace that apparently I can look up, but can't add to the character sheet because it's Magic the Gathering content. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, in that case, Eric, you're getting a scuffed version of the Iron Stone of Vitality.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, indeed.
Most of yours scuffed anyways.
Yeah.
There's Ioun spelled incorrectly on it.
Is it spelled incorrectly?
No, he's just saying that's like it's the scuffed version.
Oh yeah.
Generic brand.
Yep, indeed. All right, give me 1 second.
I was gonna say, I know it's not an Ioun Stone because I once had a character that their whole goal was to collect all of them like the Infinity Stones. And I was like, I don't remember Vitality.
Epic. Yeah, apparently this was like from an adventure that I can get for $10. Vitality. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna do create from that. Okay. Iron Stone of Vitality. Hopefully it doesn't scream at me. Let's see. So I'm gonna do Vitality. You don't +1 to death saving throw. This will be, I'm thinking rare. I'm thinking, let's see, Iron Stone of Vitality. Let me.
Only need 9 more, and then I'm immortal.
I mean, what, like 3? I was thinking like even if they do somehow stack, right?
Right.
It only attunes with 3, so. But that would,
shit.
yeah, that'd be pretty sick though. Iron Stone. Sorry that I picked literally the one Iron Stone that's like not a real Iron Stone. My bad. Yes, I see. This is going to become very rare, and then I'm gonna save changes. And then it's probably gonna yell at me and be like, "You fool. This already exists." And I'm gonna be like, "Shut the heck up." I'm gonna say those words exactly. All right, inventory, manage item, Iron Stone of other. You have homebrew? We do have homebrew, but it doesn't want to add. Okay, so we're just gonna add to your character sheet for now, Eric.
Okay.
I'm just gonna add it to your like Iron Stone of load more. All right, custom item it is then, because apparently it doesn't want to load today. Excellent. Iron Stone Vitality attunement required, which I believe you don't have anything else attuned. Attunement required +1 to death. Yes. Okay, so that'll... Yeah, consider that attuned. So you have 2 attunement slots. Just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Eric.
Got it.
Okie dokie. Rolling up. Wings of the Dragon. Who you giving that to?
It's Momo.
Momo getting it? Yes. Momo gonna be flying. I didn't want to be mean. I was about to be really mean. Momo's dealing with audio issues. I wanted to be like, I need to hear it out loud, going once, going twice, because I see.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't want them, I
didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
Disenchant it.
All right, that's it.
Oh my god.
Guess that's going in the incinerator.
All right, I guess so. All right, Hayo now has a flying speed of 55 feet. Must land on ground as the sources notes. Your speed of walking, flying is 55. And walking is 55 as well. Yes.
A halfling got speed, finally.
Yeah.
She's just sprinting everywhere now.
Yeah, Hayo currently has a speed of 55 feet. She is able to fly up. Every time she flies up, I don't know if you've ever played the game Aeon. Was it Aeon? Anyways, it was an old MMORPG where every time you fly, like these magical wings like appeared, and then when you landed, they disappeared. So that's effectively how that looks up as you just like jump up and as these rippling wings of insanity will fly up and then go down. So, yep.
Just like Terraria wings.
Just like it's like Terraria wings. That's also a good way. That's a good comparison right there. All right, Hio, we'll get. And this is a permanent attunement. So, ha. Great magical item. I'm going to create from scratch. Wings of dragon wings of insanity. This is going to be an item. We're going to consider it very rare. It's going to be a wondrous item that requires attunement. Grants the wearer a speed of plus 30 feet and the ability to fly. At the end of the round, must be on the ground or start falling.
Hey Naomi, I have a gift for you.
What is it?
Look in the Spire of Euclid chat.
I'm looking. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Bardcore.
I love Bardcore, dude.
Bardcore Wonderwall specifically.
Yes.
Naomi, how do you feel about Wonderwall?
It's a rite of passage for every bard.
Honestly, it's pretty good.
Wait, let me find the best Bardcore song I have.
I'm gonna learn Wonderwall on the kalimba.
Please.
So
Please.
there's one Bardcore song that is like, it's literally the best Bardcore song I've ever heard, and it's Hips Don't Lie Bardcore. I'm upset with how good it is.
This piece of music is from an old friend of mine that used to do music composition. I don't think he's composing now, but the name of Noah Potter. He does some pretty good pieces and had agreed to me to allow to use these pieces when we were talking like video games like 10 years ago, I want to say. But yeah, it holds true. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Potter.
Thank you, Mr. Potter. I am an old. All right. So we got that. Got the wing. Let me go ahead and see if I can add that, or if we still need to refresh. Inventory. Dragon wings. Nope. All right. Smile. I'm gonna have to wait. Again. Oh, that's because I don't have homebrew content checked off. Okay. Inventory. Dragon wings of insanity. Add to equipment. Check off. Attuned. Excellent. Where are you going? Cicely,
I'm hiding from my insecurities.
Cicely, I was like, Cicely, I can see you.
No, she's hiding from her insecurities.
Pog. I'm gonna do the same. Yes, excellent. I did it. You could tell how insecure I am because I added a really big number to my stealth check. Just huge.
Wouldn't that
How
make
can you be
worse
so
at
insecure
hiding?
with this? What?
What?
Oh.
Oh no.
Wait, what happened? What'd you say, Summer?
I said, wouldn't having more insecurities make you worse at hiding?
Oh. I guess so. Well, especially if you're screaming. Oh.
Oh.
Oh no. All right. Dragon wings. What's next? We're giving Glaive of Insanity.
Naomi Glaive user?
Naomi,
Yeah.
would you like a Glaive of Insanity for your troubles?
I don't know how I even missed that, but yes.
Okay.
Plus 3 glaive.
It's a +3 glaive that, in addition to doing glaive damage, it also deals 1d.
Excellent. 1d8 psychic.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't. Yes.
He forbore.
Yes. Glaive +3 creates Glaive of Insanity.
Oh yes, of course. It was 1d20 psychic damage. How could I mess that up?
Mm.
1 to 20.
1 to
Meteor
20.
swarm on hit. I see.
Isn't that right, DM? You trust me, don't you? Don't
Actually, the
you?
Mordove of Insanity, it does 3d20 damage.
How dare you? People really be wilding on Mordove Handshake, the exclusive Brebun spell that deals 1d20 electric damage melee.
It's
And-
3d20 now, and it's a cantrip.
It is 3d20. That is correct. It needs to be in it's melee, and it is also correct that all of Brebun's characters, because she is with the memory, in some way, shape, or form, will have the ability to learn the Mordove Handshake. Yes, that is correct.
It's just like, yeah, the shocker in the handshake, but just really extreme.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's cool is you all have the ability to find like a really cool spell or a really neat thing, and then you can pass that along your other characters as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot to check in with you again if I could get the void spells or not for Sicily.
The void spells for Sicily.
That,
Oh yeah. Yes. We I will need a moment, but yes, you should be. The bottom line is yes, you will be able to.
Yes.
Glaive of where the heck? Well, I got that. Save changes. Save changes. How about if we save changes? D&D Beyond is having a poopy day, but that's okay. Summer, can you add Glaive of Insanity for Naomi?
I
please?
can. I gotta rejoin the game as a GM.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I see.
It has different settings. I always gotta panic to make sure I'm not in GM mode when I join the game. I'm like, I don't want to see anything.
Yep. All right, Glaive +3. I'll have to add it later because apparently we're gonna need like 10 minutes before it actually adds that. Glaive of Insanity +3. Damage bonus. Hiss. Okay, I'm just gonna say that there. Okay, as long as you got the macro is gonna work. Okay, cool, awesome. And then I believe Cauldron of Life. That's gonna be to Eric. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Cauldron of Life. That's Cauldron of Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, I saw that on there. I was like, oh man, he added it. And I was like, wait, that's not life, that's rebirth.
That's Rebirth, yes. Customize.
Time to make some homunculi.
Yeah, you are not making homunculi.
Darn.
No. Yeah,
What
so you
about
got...
chimeras?
I mean, well,
Hmm.
actually, anything's possible in IO, Smile. That's
There we go. She works.
Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. Okay, so you'll get that. Everyone's got everything. And then the dragon, which is now, here we are, just nesting over there by Hio. By nesting, I mean just sleeping. You're able to carry this dragon around, and the dragon has continued to slumber and sleep. There is one thing I need to change, and that would be to Mr. Dirk Manley. Your hunt skill is going to be renamed Blacksmith.
Oh, okay.
And you are proficient. We're going to give you proficiency. And I'm going to choose your highest ability, which is strength. So the coolest thing about the Blacksmith skill is that you're able to use any ability score modifier that you'd like, depending on how you work as a blacksmith. So if you're
Makes
using
sense.
using raw strength, you're able to break it through. If you're using dexterity, you're using finesse to, get the weapon there. Constitution is just standing by the fire.
Stabbing yourself with it to make sure it works.
Yeah, that's right. Intelligence is just big brains of how exactly to craft the weapon. Wisdom is your awareness of of your tools, of the fire. And charisma, I've always just put as a magical way of crafting. Like if you wanted to go ahead and almost like alchemy a little bit, you know, when it comes to like that old school alchemy of like Full Metal Alchemist style stuff. So, but yeah, I attached to your strength. And that is because while you are experiencing this downtime, if you would like, along your travels from the creatures that you have bested, you have received an assortment of parts that can be forged into weapons, like fine weapons. So you received a chunk from the Void Star. You still have leftover parts from the Salvo Guana. And now, the Scales of Insanity, you're able to transform this and forge this into weapons of your desire using the blacksmith.
Neat.
And because you are here at the Old Town, if you so wish during this downtime, you can forge your own weapons right now. So, allow me a moment. Yeah, that works. Yes, that works. That works very well.
Am I only permitted to make weapons, not armor?
Currently, the system is for weapons.
Okay, gotcha.
But armor will be in the future. What's cool about... So, the way this system works is that instead of just making a weapon, like, oh, making a longsword that does that, you know, that does whatever. This system allows you to create your own custom weapons with properties that you can attune, how much damage you'd like to do, all sorts of things. Ahio, hold on, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this. Ahio's gonna be like, boop, boop. Oh, crap. Ahio's gonna be like, boop, boop. Would be sitting near the dragon, only looking at the dragon, sketching their brook to get in favor. Yes. The dragon will continue its slumber. I'm assuming Hayo would be the only one that has been moving this dragon thus far. What the? All right, sitting in the sitting in the street, the dragon will be resting next to Hayo. And I'm moving a little slow today. My humblest apology. See what we got here. Does that read very well? It does. Okay, cool. I got cool things to show you. Need to quick. So crafting an IO, or ultimately what I'd like crafting an IO to be, uses a stack of cards that I'm currently putting together right now. Allow me a moment. Dirk, would you be interested in crafting some weapons right now?
Not at the moment because I am experiencing stomach distress and don't know how long I will be here to be consistent.
Okay, sounds good.
Also, be right back for unrelated things.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
I have an idea for a potential weapon/weapon upgrade.
Yes.
Would it at all be possible in the world of IO to have my gauntlet? So the whole packed weapon thing, how I can basically spawn whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to have the Salvo Guana gauntlets that I have be able to sort of take weapons and then manifest them later? So I, as opposed to manifesting a specific weapon type?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get this here. 1 second. Just getting everything here. Okay, cool. So, because there's an assortment of different classes or different skills that you can learn. Valith, what, so this is a good question for everyone here. And this is for Summer and Snake specifically. Valith, every hunter chooses a secondary skill to enhance their craft, whether it be the cooking of monster meat to actually make culinary goods for the Gourmand King, blacksmithing, which allows you to forge weapons and armor to further improve upon yourself, or further improve upon what you can do, or alchemy, which allows you to create potions, which you've seen Eric do occasionally from time to time, creating potions, an assortment of potions. And then, hold on, I'm trying to think real quick. Yeah, so, what profession, if any, would Valith take? I know you mentioned because you're using gauntlets to create, to actually forge and manifest weapons itself. Would Valith be a blacksmith, or would Valith take a different profession?
Probably blacksmith. That makes the most sense.
Okay. So, if you would like, there are three materials of weapons, or three materials that you can forge into different weapons. If you would like to attempt to do so now, I'm actually going to go ahead and go to your character sheet, add a skill. Summer, is there a way to add custom skills to the D&D to Roll20?
Yes. If you click on the character sheet and go down to right under the skills, it'll say passive perception, and then right under that it'll have tool proficiencies and custom skills. You add the plus, and then you can make it like bound to a skill.
Excellent. Let me go ahead and do that for you now, Valith. Valith, during this downtime, would you like to attempt to create some custom weapons?
Are we all cool with me using these materials? Or using some of them at least?
I don't know what else we're using them for, so.
Let me see here real quick. Yes, I see. Tool proficiencies and custom skills. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Blacksmith. And then this will be a charisma check, because your charisma currently is 18. Let me go ahead and update that for you so it reflects that on your character sheet. Oh, you're cutting out a little bit, Momo. Yep, that's it. That's the cutout. That might be a networking issue. All right. So if you'd like to use one of your pieces right now, I will also let you know, as you're exploring through the town itself, an ancient town, you would find like old iron and materials and things like that that aren't necessarily associated with these monster parts that you have found. If you would like to actually try to create a weapon without using any of the monster parts, just to see exactly how the system works, you are free to do so, Valith.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're good, Momo.
I'm never doing chord management again.
No, it's good. I don't even know what that is.
I had a jungle under my desk, and now there is no longer a jungle.
Oh, chord management. I thought you said core management, like you're like
CORE.
Yeah, I'm working out. You know, I gotta keep it.
like your
Solar plexus. Holy shit.
that was like your processors.
My core.
Oh my god, your abs!
Been managing my core. All right. So, let me double check to make sure everything is here and looks good. It does. All right. I'm gonna.
Can I ask
Yes.
to look for something?
Yes, absolutely. While I'm setting this up, what would you be looking for?
Like a cart or something to build a cart? Maybe like a broken down table or just something I could build a cart with?
Okay. Yeah. So, when you say cart, do you mean like a shopping cart or like just something that that you can mobile move things around?
Like mobile move a dragon.
Yes, I see. I see.
I don't want to wake it up until it's ready.
Okay. until it's finished like cooking or something. So you would, as you kind of like explore around this ancient and old city, would find an old wooden cart, probably belonged to a market stand at some point in time. It seems to be molded over, a little damp, but still sturdy. Apparently still very sturdy itself. You find the cart and yeah, go on.
Prestidigitation to
Yeah, absolutely. So after spending some time with this old beaten up wooden cart, you use prestidigitation or prestidigitation. I always mix that up. Prestidigitation. And you begin to presto changeo, begin working in the cart. I would say for the next 15 30 minutes. It's a very rundown cart that has experienced the elements of nature for quite some time. So yeah, you would get the cart together, and after some time get that, and do you just like gently lift up the dragon?
How much would it weigh? Yeah,
it's gonna be pretty hefty. Even though we're using the dragon, this dragon is U size.
Okay.
Gonna have to manage that core after all.
Yeah. So I would say.
I forgot how tall Amelia is. She's like
3 feet.
3 foot something.
Mm-hmm. So the dragon whelpling, while resting, you could probably lift it up. It's probably anywhere from 50 to 60 feet, I would imagine. Or 50 to 60 pounds. 50 to 60 pounds.
I could do that.
Yeah, so you'd lift it up, and it just kind of continues to snore as you lift it up and place it in the cart. It kind of shakes a little bit, and then relaxes back into the cart as you hear a light reptilian snore under its breath.
Everyone else around her has disappeared to her. It is dragon.
You're just staring at this dragon.
Very meticulous. It's like witnessing Hobbit, because Hobbits are super like fast and meticulous when they work, but really loungy when they just like, don't work. And so it's like Hobbit speed.
So yeah, you immediately get the cart working. It looks nice and clean, and as you just place the dragon within the cart itself, that's where you see Cicely apparently take a nosedive into the rushing river that is by the bridge.
Oh hell
I'm having a good time while we're relaxing.
Yeah, as you all continue to relax, Cicely, the waters itself is it's pretty rough. It's because even though the rains have settled, the constant flow of the heavy rain that has been here for an unknown amount of time has made these rivers extremely unstable. Fortunately, because of your, history in actually living in water, you're able to withstand the currents. Although you are unsure if any of your... Nope, just kidding. Sorry, I thought Nexie was like diving into the river. And just like, bitch, I'll do this. I can do this too. No,
oh, that's so cute. Cannonball.
So, yeah. So as I was saying, Cicely, as you kind of like swim around the water, you not fear, but you do know that your companions may not survive the flow of the river.
It's cardio day for her. She vibing.
Absolutely. Nexie, you're currently, I'm assuming, climbing a tree, or what are you doing?
She's climbing trees and like making her way across and considering jumping in the water too.
You look down to the rushing water below as the jagged rocks are currently being beaten down by this rushing water. However, it seems that Cicely seems to be having a good time. She's just idly resting in her eels variety of eel swimming currently within the rapids. as you stare on the sun, gently warm. There's definitely a cool wind brushing through this abandoned, ruined village. But again, this is a moment of peace with the rains and storms that have broken through. This is a moment of peace. Eric, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm checking out this new Cauldron of Life, and I guess I'm gonna make myself a greater healing potion for the day.
Okay, so and almost a hesitation of fear as you begin to stir, as you begin to like look for materials to place within the cauldron itself. Just by thinking it, with this being attuned, it begins to fill with a potion of greater healing. This potion apparently appears to be a little more transparent. As you fill it within one of your many glass vials, it still has the same weight, the same substance of a potion, but you can just see through it a little bit more.
Okay. Neat.
To symbolize the fact that this potion will last for 24 hours. Exactly. Dirk, what are you currently doing?
Staring at this tree. No, actually, can we go back to the blacksmithing thing?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to.
What are the actual things that I can craft? Is it just any weapon class, or?
I can show that to you now. As Valeth is also a blacksmith. Valeth is capable to aid another one time, if you'd like. This could also be essentially a party activity of blacksmiths that they want to create. But I am happy to show you what it does. Allow me to take you to the blacksmith screen, and I will explain to you how blacksmithing. So, if you zoom out, you will see a variety of cards over here. You were able to combine these cards to create a weapon of your choice. Let me pull one of these cards over so you can see what it looks like. Yeah. So you'll notice this is a bludgeoning card, is an element type. This allows you to create a bludgeoning weapon. You'll notice that there's a plus, there's a plus number on the upper right-hand corner. What this does is increases the DC of the weapon that you're attempting to create. Creating a blacksmith requires multiple checks that starts at a DC of 0. So, if you were to create a bludgeoning weapon, you would grab the element type of bludgeoning and have to, at this point, beat a blacksmith DC of 2. You can still critically miss and critically hit. It does not botch when you critically hit or critically miss. Instead, it makes the weapon that you're trying to create either easier or more difficult to create. So, there are a couple of rules when building weapons. Each weapon must have an element type, so it has to be piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning. Each weapon must have a damage type, so if you go down here to the south, you must choose one of these damage dice. Notice that the increased numbers of damage increases the DC, depending on what you'd like to do at that point. And then, each weapons do not require properties. But you are able to add as many properties as you wish. Some properties clash with each other, so they are unable to do that. Let me go ahead and remove that channel slot. We're not going to be using it for that one. But you'll notice that there's these are the typical weapon properties, like loading, range. You'll see that there's finesse. You can make a weapon heavy. You can make it versatile. And each time you add a property, you have to make another check. Because we have bards that can do bardic inspiration, because we have guidance, these things you can only use once per check. So you can't have Cicely slapping your ass every time you'd like to go ahead and do a blacksmith check. As I was telling,
What if I just wanted to do it, just because?
Like if you just want to slap your blacksmith's
Yeah,
ass.
my hands.
It becomes a part of the crafting ritual. She doesn't have to give me every time.
Yeah. I mean, if it's-
Good
Bio
luck
slapping
charm.
Dirk's ass is the least likely thing to ever happen. I cannot buy it in canon. I'm sorry.
Dirk
Hey,
immediately
Dirk,
just
come here.
Dirk immediately just drops the weapon. It's like, I'm done. Dirk, what I was telling Valith is that because you're currently in an abandoned town, there's a variety of old unsmelted iron, so that if you would like to attempt to create something with this miscellaneous iron before using your limited monster parts to create something a little more custom, you are free to do so. What monster parts allow you to do is if you're making a weapon off of a monster part, they have certain properties to them that you can't get from just forging iron. So for example, if you have like the Salvo Iguana has a fire bonus damage property that you can apply to the weapon to make it a fiery weapon. So, but with iron, yeah.
I just have one question. What about like enhancements bonuses? Because anything I would create here would just be objectively worse than what I have.
Right. Well, with enhancement bonuses themselves, it's the same thing with the crystal. You just apply it, skadoosh, you're able to go ahead and do that.
That's going to be the main upgrade. Like we're always going to start baseline. Well, not always, but that's going to be the baseline, and then we use those to upgrade.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. That's exactly how that works. So, would you like? But there's also certain types here that you haven't seen in other weapons. Specifically, brilliant, vibrant, noble, and sturdy. These are like finesse, but they use different ability scores. So for example, a brilliant weapon is like a finesse weapon, but instead of using your dexterity, you may use intelligence, strength or intelligence. Vibrant allows you to use your charisma modifier to hit and damage. Noble allows you to use your wisdom modifier to damage or hit, and sturdy allows you to use your constitution to hit or to do that. Yes.
All right, I'm already seeing some broken combinations. All right, so you have to let me know a couple of things. First off, like versatile, increasing it by a damage die, that would be like D4 to D6, D8 to D10.
Yep.
Okay,
so
does D12 go to D20?
No, so the only thing is the D12 does not increase up to that. Yeah.
Okay, that would be completely broken.
Yeah. Actually, so the way it would work, if you look over here, this is over to this lower left corner. Those are the damage orders. So if you were to make a D12 versatile, the versatile two-handed would be a 2d6. So you do 1d12 or 2d6.
Okay, if I were to do a versatile 3d4, would it be 3d6?
Nope, because there's no more dice cap at that point in time. So you versatiling a 3d4 would not be possible.
Okay, all right. Damn it, you've cheese like made it cheese.
Anti-cheese. Well, we'll find out. The crafting is a work in process. But if you would like to go ahead and try, like I said, there is a couple bits of iron that is around the town. You are able to begin smithing to try out and see how the system works if you'd like.
Would a versatile 2d6 go to 2d8?
Versatile 2d6 goes to 3d4. That's the damage order.
Oh, as in it literally goes into the next tier on the screen. Okay.
Yep.
I see now.
Correct.
So that would save you basically 1 point if you're planning on two-handing it, because versatile is 1 and then the increases are 2.
Versatile was the trickiest thing to add to this, and I still hate it, but this works.
It's
because
hard, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just a little bit of an upgrade, so I just made it a +1 in case people want to do versatile. I think versatile's stupid to begin with, but the option is there.
All right. I'm just trying to think how I can craft anything that's
absolutely. So
benefit now.
What's also cool about this is with these weapons, they technically all of these weapons count as simple. So you can literally craft anything. It would count as a simple weapon. Anyone can wield it.
Who has the weakest base weapon right now, even if you're a caster?
I have a +1 longbow.
I have a
I have a chain dagger.
You are able to get your +1s from the weapon, but you break the weapon. Just FYI.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So if you have a,
Oh,
let's
like
say,
you take it from the previous and then put it on the next?
yes, but the weapon is broken.
Destroyed.
It's destroyed at that point in time. You're literally destroying the weapon to move the enchantment over.
Wait. Do we destroy it on a successful creation, or is it just we risk it?
Oh,
we
no.
could fail?
So let's
Okay.
say you have a longsword +2, right? And you're like, I don't want to use this longsword +2. I want to do something else, or I want to put this +2 onto something else. You break, there's no check involved. You literally just break the longsword +2 over your knee, and now
It's
you
like
have a
salvaging
+2
it.
enchantment. Yeah, you're salvaging it, and then you place
Okay.
the +2. Yeah, it literally is just an add-on, requires no checks.
Okay, so we're just shifting the enhancement bonus from our old weapon and destroying it and putting
Exactly,
it in.
but it destroys the old
That makes
weapon.
way more interesting then. Okay.
Yeah, but you're destroying the old weapon by doing that.
So you don't
Right.
get the money from it.
That's, I mean, yeah, but that's still a +2 transfer is pretty huge.
And only blacksmiths are able to do that. So if you have the blacksmith skill as a free thing, you are able to break magical weapons. Now, here's the thing, though. If you have a weapon that has multiple magical effects, you can only choose one of those magical effects. So if it's a +2 longsword, you can move that. But if it's like a +2 flaming longsword, you can only move the flaming. It basically is allowing you to move magical. It's used so that you can move magical enhancements onto other weapons. So you don't have to feel limited or ever have a weapon that you're like, I don't want to use this anymore.
Okay. Can you go over, because...
Yeah.
Okay, can you over the what the monster part benefits would be?
Okay, so the monster part benefits. Let me go ahead and look for cards real quick. For example, the Void star chunk that you got allows you to add a new modifier called bonus damage for Void. Let me go ahead and grab that card real quick. Do I have Void? Did I upload that? I did not upload that.
I apply void salt directly to the wound.
Pretty much.
Nice.
To the weapon itself.
Wait, how would can I make a ranged mace? Like, how would that work? That can't stack, right?
What are you talking about? A ranged mace? So
Like,
the moment you,
like the ranged property. Like,
So the-
I can't
the
just slap that on
Those are
anything.
called rocks, dude.
yeah. So the moment you add a range to it, it's now a ranged weapon. It's not a melee weapon. You may be interested
How does that
more
work?
in a thrown property. Well, I mean, so there's a lot of freedom that you would explain how you're making a weapon. So if you're doing like a ranged mace at that point in time, you could say that you're making like a cannonball launcher. You can literally have it not look like a mace, but look like something else at that point. You don't have to necessarily keep yourselves limited to the, I want to make a mace that's ranged. You can be like, well, now I'm building a cannon arm that launches bludgeoning cannonballs out. Effectively, you have a lot of freedom, creative freedom of what you'd like to make, and say, this is what it looks like. This is what it does. And all this system does is gives you, this is the game mechanics behind the weapon that you're building. The way you want the weapon.
I like this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
This might actually, if you guys want to do something else, I kind of want to like think about this for a little bit.
Yeah, feel free to
a lot.
Yeah, feel free to think it through. Oh, what were you gonna say, Snake?
We both have blacksmith, and we can collaborate, so we should definitely do that. I have plans.
Okay, well, how much material do we
Imagine them
have?
trying to out blacksmith each other.
So, you have 3 chunks of iron that you have found around the town, which means you can build 3 mundane weapons of any design that you want. And you have you have a Void Star monster part, a Salvaguana monster part, and the Insanity Scales monster part. I'm actually grabbing those cards right now, but yeah, I'm glad you guys are feeling hyped.
Yeah, it's a
on
really
the
cool system. I like it.
To clarify, the question I was asking before is if I could essentially take weapons and treat them sort of like
Yes.
blue mage abilities for my gauntlet.
So the way that I looked at your gauntlet, the way that you're describing to me, is you take the weapon and then you literally just like suck it into your gauntlet.
Exactly.
And now rematerialize. By doing that, you can't give the weapon back. It's now part of your gauntlet.
That's perfect.
Yep, but that is what you're able to do. All right, so for the monster parts that you have, I kept it very, 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 very basic. So let me grab this. So the monster parts, these are what the monster parts do. Each monster part has 3 attributes or 3 additional properties that unlock by using the monster parts. I'm going to grab the 2 properties that each monster part shares. This one is called Channel Slot. This effectively allows you to add spell slots into your weapon itself. How many spell slots is up to you, up to 3 spell slots. These spell slots can be exchanged for, you could use it to use 3 first level spells. If you do like a 3 spell slots thing, you can do like 3 first level spells, or you can be like, I'm gonna cast a second level spell using 2 spells of these spell slots. Kind of look at them as MP for your weapon.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes. What's also cool about this is if you have, let's say, a smiting ability that sacrifices spell slots, you're able to use these spell slots in the weapon itself. If you would like to use your smite ability, you can use these slots. These in all extensive purposes counts as spell slots. Just period. So yeah, that's absolutely it. The only exception, because I see people talking about warlocks, you still have to follow this. You kind of have to follow like universal magic. So if you, for example, were to cast a warlock spell using these 3 spell slots, it would count up to a 3rd level version of that spell. You still have to follow that. It doesn't follow the same warlock mechanics of like, I can cast 5th level spells, so I'm just going to only use one of these levels of spell slots. They have to match. They have to equal. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then for everyone who loves this, critical threshold. This does not, you aren't able to stack this, but you add the critical property type. The weapon's threshold increases to 19 to 20. Just period. There it is. And so each weapon part has that. You can figure out which everyone works. So the Void Star part also has a bonus damage type. Now, bonus damage types do not stack, so you can't like keep stacking bonus damage types. Kind of consider it its own property. But this allows you to add void damage to your weapon. That's the Void Star part. Then we've got bonus damage fire for the Salvo Iguana, and you guessed it, bonus damage psychic for that. Ultimately, up to you what you want the bonus damage to be at that point. It's blacksmithing is a little risky, so if you fail, you break. You failed, and the part is used.
How does collaborating work between 2 blacksmiths?
So collaborating works is if you fail, you can go to your effectively you have to have someone that's leading the project and someone that is collaborating with you. If you fail a roll, your other blacksmith can roll in one time to effectively save the project. So let's say you rolled below the DC, your collaborator can at that point be like, all right, I'm rolling in to see if I can save this shit at this point in
So it's
time.
almost like an advantage.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
a one-use advantage. That's exactly it. Kind of look at anything that gives you advantage. You can only do once per entire project. So guidance can only be used once. Bardic inspiration can only be used once, etc., etc. The enhance ability bonus that gives you advantage, that can only be used once. Each buff can only be used one time on one roll when you're crafting like that. Same thing as lucky. Lucky can only be used one time per project, and that's just to prevent, it's some real freaking cheese to happen. But that's still a lot of good attributes if you got everyone coming together to do that. Everyone has a part that they can play at that point in time. Now, so when it comes to monster parts follow the same rule as any other base part. The only thing is you can only choose one of these bonus properties. So if you were to use, for example, the Void Star part, which has the following properties that you can add, channel slot, critical, or bonus damage void, you can only choose one of those to apply. Then the others get closed off. Does that make sense? So you get to choose like a bonus property, and that's the benefit of those monster parts. Okay, perfect, awesome. But that's if you want to go ahead and do some more thinking, but yeah, what do you guys think? Brain.
That's a really cool system. I'm doing math now.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool.
Cheese checking.
You're cheese checking. I mean, yeah, everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty much trying to find any possible way to exploit the system. So
Oh
please
yeah,
don't.
absolutely. Feel free. And as everything in IO, it's always in beta. If something's not fun or if something's broken, I have no problem fixing it and being like, "Yep, I see where that went wrong," and then just doing that. Absolutely.
Snake, let's talk in Discord for what your ideas are.
Yeah, if you guys
everything else
want to hit that up, what
Just
is
one question?
Yeah, please.
Is there a card for reach?
Yes, and I don't know why I didn't upload that. 1 second. Did I just forget to put that on? Let me go and upload that card. Yes, there is a card for reach. Any weapon property card. Let me see. Did I not save it? Oh man, I didn't. I just made the card in Photoshop and then went all done, and I apparently didn't save it. Hold on 1 second.
30-foot reach plus 20.
Reach is only capped at 10.
Oh, good. The legendary reach 60 plus 40 to the DC.
But the cool thing about finding like ancient, like, you know, different types of materials and things like that is that you could potentially find a material that increases the reach to like 15 or 20 or anything like that. So, reach.
This is so cool.
Property. Thank you so much. I always love crafting, and I'm always constantly trying to find a way to make a fun crafting system in D&D. So that's why I'll do things. I'll be like, this doesn't work, or this does work. But one of the things I really want to implement for Phase 3 was a custom crafting system so that you can make your own weapons and armor. Armor, by the way, is gonna do the same, follow sort of the same system. There will be an actual upgrade to the spell crafting system that I have in place currently in IO that will follow the same thing to allow you to create your own custom cantrips and spells and things like that, using material costs and that. One of the cool things and the reason why I wanted a system like this, even though I don't have the price point set, if you go big gamba and make a huge, giant, powerful weapon that goes beyond what a basic mundane weapon is, that changes the price of the weapon. So if you were to sell it to an NPC, but more importantly, because Phase 3 starts with every party able to interact with each other immediately, player economy. You guys get to, if you decide to focus on your blacksmithing and you want to create some really fucking cool weapons, you can go to other parties and be like, hey, I got this thing you're looking for, 1,000 gold, please. Give me money. Give me the money. You know, so it allows for player economies, which I really wanted to do. So
I'm gonna corner that meth market. You watch me.
I told you, the next phase I thought of being like a traveling merchant and just being a forge cleric. Going like a full into the crafting system and just being a traveling merchant.
Yeah, so there's gonna be there's also gonna be a trade system in 3rd edition that are effectively mini feats that you're able to pick every level. And then every time you level up, you're able to move those traits around, like respec and things like that. All right, this is your reach. It is a plus. It just says 2. It's supposed to be a +2. I will fix that card for later, but yes, that increases the DC of the weapon by 2. And all it does is increase the reach by 10 feet. So this weapon makes green. Oh, I actually copy paste. Mother. Sorry. Ignore it. Don't read that. Don't read. I accidentally copy and paste rain. That's why I was like, man, this is a really lengthy description for reach, and I didn't read any of it. So let me just very quickly, very quickly. Reach. So yes. I'm also hoping to make an alchemy system that's also based off of like cards, so that you can make your own custom potions, which I think could be
Oh boy.
which will be a lot of fun as well. I like building custom things, and having you have the ability to make your own custom things. But I also want to make sure that it is a simple enough system so that it follows very basic rules and that people can go in there. How does Ben luck work? Effectively anything that can affect the roll of a skill, you can only use one time per project. That's how that would work. So how X is that affects a roll, you can only use once per project. That's it. All right. So you guys, if you guys want to plot right now, feel free to take a screen cap of this map, so you know what all of your options are. Keep in mind that the center options over here are all from different monster parts. With the each monster part has channel slot and critical, and then you can figure out which monster part is affiliated with the damage type, whether it be void, psychic, fire, etc. So did you take a screen cap or anything like that before I change back to the
Give us a second. It's really small text, so we gotta zoom in and take individual pictures.
Oh, no worries.
We can we just post them in the Spire
Yeah,
chat.
I'm taking screenshots. I'll do it.
Thank you.
This is making me want a cheese check.
Summer salivates cheese check.
Listen, I got the perfect. Listen, if I can get that 3d4 on a bow somehow, I'm popping off.
3d4 range. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just that's 3d4 adds plus 14 to the DC. You make a
And then because I crit farm, imagine if I got that critical bonus. Ooh.
Also, so yeah, keep in mind that it's not just about adding things together. It's also about what parts you'd like to go ahead and actually put in order. So for example, if you're like, okay, I'm going to start with a 3d4. Well, your blacksmith DC is at that point 14. And then you're like, I'm adding piercing. You're like, now you have to make another check for 16. And you're like, I'm adding rage. You're like, all right, now you have to add another check for 19 or yada. So you got to figure out what order you want to put things in when you're making those checks as well. It's all about strategizing how you want to build the weapon.
Screenshots are in the chat.
Yep.
My long-term goal is to have a different weapon type just in my gauntlet ready to go with different abilities.
Yeah. This will do it for you. Just remember, any failed creation ruins the material that you're using. So you got to make sure you're plotting correctly.
So for the boss items, so the channel slot and the critical are just ones that are always available, and then the monster ones are the void, psychic, and fire.
That is for these monster parts specifically. That is correct. Mm-hmm.
I just want to know which ones were available all the time, and which ones were you will use this up if you try.
Yeah, so these are the monster parts that I put in the center. But all of these properties, these damage types and elemental types are available to all weapons that are just basic steel and iron.
Sick nasty.
Yeah, but each material has will either using different materials can benefit you by adding. Either assisting you with blacksmithing or adding unique properties, as you see with the monster properties over there. But because those are rare materials, botching up is sad time. Sad times, essentially. So, yeah.
The crit and because there are crit and channels spell slot, those are both part of the monster parts.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, gotcha.
So we can have one monster part effect per weapon.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So if there's 3 chunks of iron, Valith and I essentially both have one and then one bonus one.
So the monster parts, you're actually, so if you use, for example, let's say you use the Salvo Guana part, that counts as the chunk. That is your part that you're building. You have 6 attempts. Yep. You have 3 mundane and then 1 for each monster part. Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
Very simple. Very simple. Simple indeed. Yep.
Okay. Tell me how this works.
Please.
What is the point of reach and the first option of range having the same cost? What is the benefit?
Reach is still a melee weapon. and allows you a 10-foot reach. If you go range, your weapon turns into a ranged weapon, and you follow completely different mechanics with ranged weapons. For example, you cannot attack in melee
as in,
when
like
you have a ranged
disadvantage
weapon.
for. Oh,
Yep.
I see. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Correct. You could also do a ranged thrown weapon, which gives you the option to throw your weapon if you'd so wish, and keep the reach. Those are things that you're.
But then you have
able
to manually get it back, right?
Correct.
There's no Thor's hammer monster part, is there?
No, there is. Oh, like returning?
Yeah.
No. Oh, actually. Oh, okay. So
Spell slot. Well, none has to be.
So from what you have, no, but there can absolutely be a part that gives you returning,
that's cool.
that allows you to return that. Absolutely, those parts would exist, whether it be a different type of material or that. Obviously, this is still the infancy of the crafting, but yeah, like
Sure.
I don't know if you've ever played 3rd edition. There's a lot of weapon enchantments in 3rd edition that I really want to bring over to 5th edition, and returning, funny enough, is one of those.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Okay. I think I got Snakey. You got some ideas?
Yeah, I have at least one for the mundane that I would like to mess around with.
Would you like to begin?
I have a question really
You do
quick.
first. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Say you're making a bow, which already uses dex. Would you need finesse, or is it just like it's already default dex?
Ranged weapon follows the same D&D mechanics of range, which means a ranged weapon, since a ranged weapon uses dexterity, then all you have to do is make it a ranged weapon. You don't have to add the finesse.
Okay, I
Quality
just wanted to make sure because I don't want to be plotting this out and be like, I need finesse for the dex. It's like, wait, it already has it.
No. Yeah, so that's because the moment, yeah, that's the whole point of range, is the fact that your weapon becomes a ranged weapon, which means it follows the same mechanics as a ranged weapon would.
So yeah, if you were making like a ranged like maul or something, then you would need one of the other traits to make it like strength.
Yeah, so if you're doing a ranged maul, you would be making a thrown weapon, not a ranged weapon.
Gotcha.
Correct. Is there a composite modifier to make it a range strength? There can be later on. I will add that later on. Indeed. So it sounds like Valith. It sounds like you're up. Would you like to give it a spin?
I will. I'll do.
So tell me. So you let me give you the scene over here. You go over to one of the ancient blacksmith buildings, and to see that everything's actually still in pretty good quality. Finding the various iron chunks, you begin to get to work. So the first thing, so whatever card we start by picking cards. You pick a card. We roll the check to see if you successfully create it, and then you pick another card. And then we roll depending on what the new DC is. So currently you have a DC of 0. What is the first thing that you'd like to do as part of your smithing?
Slashing, I suppose.
Okay, so you begin to melt down the iron and begin to add a sharp edge. Please make a blacksmith check. The DC is going to be 2.
Oh, it's per step. Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yep, you take steps. Step.
So,
And that-
all right. Is this with proficiency as well as?
Yep, you are
charisma?
considered proficient. You will be using your charisma modifier. I think I added it over to your character sheet. But yeah, go ahead and see if you can roll. If you can't roll, let me know. I can get that fixed for you. If you go on your character sheet, you should have. Yes. Yep, perfect. That's it. Blacksmith 8. Yep, so that's a 20. You successfully, as you begin to melt the iron down, you begin to make this sharpened edge. All right, what's the next thing you'd like to add? Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna move these over to the token layer, so I'm not moving the background.
Real quick, like during the step where we're adding properties like versatile or whatever, what happens when you do we do all of those that we want to add at once? Like if we want thrown and versatile or whatever, does it add it together?
You would do thrown, do a check, and then you would do versatile and do a check.
Okay, what if you're adding heavy to it, which is a penalty? You would still do a check for it?
Yep, you do a check, the DC's lowered. So
And it's a cumulative DC as you keep adding stuff.
no. So yeah, it's cumulative as you continue to add stuff. Kind of think of it as a math equation. So
Wouldn't
if
you never want to do heavy then because you're wasting a roll on? I guess then it lowers the DC for the next one.
No, lower. So for example, by doing slashing, let's say you decide to add heavy now. Well, now the DC is 2. Actually, no. Now the DC, yeah, exactly.
The order is more important too.
Yeah. So now the DC at that point is 0, and then you'd be like, oh, okay, I can beat that, and then you do a roll to make sure you don't critically hit or critically miss, because and I'll let you know what happens when you critically hit, critically miss. But effectively, yeah, think of it as one giant math equation. So right now it's 0 plus 2, gotta be a DC of 2. If you do heavy now it goes back down to 0.
Right.
Yeah. I see Snake stepped away. We shall wait for Snake.
Such cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a really neat system.
I'm
Like, I
glad
can see this legit being like in a video game, like a crafting system. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We did a spell crafting system in the beginning that worked really well. You back, Snake?
Yeah, sorry.
No
next,
worries.
Do I go for the 2d4 or do I go for the d10? What do you think, Colonel?
Your heart desires.
Are you going to be one-handing or two-handing this?
One-handing.
Ooh.
So we're just looking at 2 to 8 damage or 1 to 10. It's about the same average, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Chat, this is heavy is different. I don't use the small races can't use heavy weapons in IO. So all heavy does is just give you a -1 penalty to hit.
I'll do the d10.
All right, D10. Please make a blacksmith check. Your DC is now 10. You're successful. So currently you have a slashing D10 weapon. You can end it right there, and you effectively have the minimum requirement for a weapon. What would you like to do?
We're going for reach.
Okay, so you're doing a reach weapon. Please make a DC of 12. All right, 17. It's getting a little close, but you're good. But you've made a reach weapon that deals slashing, and it deals a D10 of damage. Is there any other properties you'd like to add?
Ooh, do I go big and add one of the things, one of the monster parts?
Well,
I thought you
Start up here.
start with that.
you're using iron ore, so you don't have access
Okay,
to
gotcha,
the.
okay.
Yeah, you're still making a mundane weapon.
I can't really see anything else I would add.
There's no charisma damage scaling, is there?
Yes, there is.
There is, but it'll be a packed weapon, which is charisma by default.
Oh, you get that anyway. That's right. Oh, I see it, Viper.
That's why I have plans. Yeah, I think that'll be it.
All right, you finalized the weapon. Tell me, Valith, what did you make?
I made a very long sword.
Okay, a very long sword. I like it. Okay. God damn it. All right, a very long sword has been created. You can add that to your character sheet. You've successfully made a very long sword. One of the iron ores has been spent. A very long sword has been made.
A very long sword.
Wow. It literally is like the length of a glaive, a spear. It's like
Length of Ohio.
it's a high-sized sword. You effectively made that. Yeah. Also, keep in mind, same thing I'll mention before. Using this system, all the weapons you make are simple, which means anyone can wield these weapons.
Excellent.
So that
What if I wanted to make it Marshall to be an asshole?
I mean, if you want to, sure, I guess. You like
Sell it to
purpose.
somebody. Sorry, this is the one weapon that was made into Marshall, so you can't actually use it.
I've made it an exotic weapon.
You should do it. I have a spell that only I know, and no one else in Iowa gets to know it unless I teach them. Do it, Summer.
W.
I'm gonna make a note like a soulbound trait that you could add to a weapon, so literally.
Listen, man, if there's PvP next phase and somebody has a god weapon, they probably won't make that shit soulbound. It's mine, my precious.
Well, you already said that any weapon that I put in the gauntlet is stuck there, so it's
That's
basically
correct.
soulbound.
Yeah, you already created a soulbound thing because of your gauntlet. That is correct.
My precious.
My precious.
Okay. All right, I think I got an idea.
Okay, what material would you like to use first off?
Starting off big balls with the psychic. I forget what the part is.
Oh, yeah, that's literally the scales of insanity. Yeah, you're using the insanity
Perfect.
part. All right, what are you how are you going to start?
Slashing.
Okay, make a blacksmith check, DC 2. All right, you're good. You've made a fine edge using the scales of insanity. What's the next thing you'd like to do?
Add the heavy property.
Okay.
I slap Dirk's ass so he can use it when he feels like it.
This is a DC of 0. Go
Wow.
ahead, make the check. You did it. Congratulations. You have a heavy slashing thing. What would you like to do now?
Next, we're gonna add versatile.
Okay. This will give you a DC of 1. Go ahead and make a blacksmith check. That's a 17 again. Sorry, I saw it. If I see the same number, my brain stops. All right, you did it. What would you like to add now?
Now we're gonna add D10.
Okay. This will give you a DC of 9. Please give me a blacksmith check. You're good. A DC of 9. What would you like to do now?
Add 1d8 psychic damage.
Okay, so that will be 9 plus 6. This is a DC 15 weapon. Please give me a blacksmith check.
And I can use the guidance after roll if I so desire.
That is correct.
On one of them. Okay.
Yep. That's a 13.
I will use that.
Give me that guidance. Roll 1d4. Don't roll a 1. 15. You succeeded. What would you like to do now?
Wow.
Fuck it. Let's add reach as well.
Okay, you are now at a DC 17. Please give me a blacksmith check.
Turk will just like nervously look over to Val, waiting for him to please save this mess.
You're good.
I imagine
Nice.
like a Mad Max weapon where like you just keep slapping shit on.
It's like 80 feet long, just random shit coming off the side. No, we're done there though. We're done.
All right, you successfully created a weapon. Please tell me what you've made.
It is a longsword, a very big longsword that is kind of like radiating with psychic energy, and the distance. Yeah, I know. Shut up. I'm not one-upping it. It's cooler.
Big long sword.
The reach comes from like psychic energy that kind of like shoots off a little bit, kind of like a mini blade beam.
Gotcha. So it's like it's a long sword, but then it continues to like irradiate up into
This is longer, but mine is
Exactly.
bigger.
very long edge. All right.
Also, this is its name now.
What would you like to call the weapon?
That's Shonda made backwards.
Yeah, it is. It's embed enough.
God.
Amazing. All right. Go ahead and record that in your character sheet. You've created the Emdenas.
How do I add that to my sheet? I can't make items, can I?
Yes, you can on roll 20 if you'd like to go ahead and do it through there.
Add items. I don't. I can just search for items to add.
Yeah, no worries. So if you go on roll 20 and go to your character sheet, and we go to core, in the middle, you'll see attacks and spell casting. So actually, I can make this really fast. AMIDNAHS. It is a strength weapon, correct?
Yes.
Does 1d10 plus strength, and it also deals 1d8 psychic.
Can we just pretty much make that permanently 1d12 because I'm always going to be two-handing it?
Oh, with the versatile? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
1d12, two-handed, absolutely. And then you will, let me see here real quick. It's a reach weapon, and it's heavy. So I've already subtracted the 1 to hit.
And then I want to transfer the +2 from my Salvaguana Greatsword to it.
Okay, so you shatter it there. So now you have a
it should be +10 to hit, right?
So it's a +1 to hit, and you deal an additional 2 points of damage there. So it is now a +10 to hit. That is correct.
Perfect.
So, and this is slashing, correct? So
Yes.
slashing. All right. So if you look at your character sheet now, I'm also going to add this to the macro generator. Boom, boom, boom. You will notice on your token, you now have MDOS fucking on your fucking thing. Yep. All right. Yes.
Can you walk me through how to do this for mine as well?
Who, me?
Anybody who's willing to help me set this up real quick.
Okay. So what do you wish to make?
I just add the very long sword to my sheet.
Oh my gosh, yes. Let me go ahead and add that real quick.
Yeah, how do I actually get it on my my D&D Beyond though?
D&D Beyond, that'll have to be just customly added through D&D Beyond.
If you want to use your Roll20 sheet, it looks exactly like how the Beyond 20 does. Just in the upper right, you'll see the thing that looks like a newspaper. It'll be labeled journal. You'll see your character there, click it, you'll see your sheet pop out, and then there should be a little button to like pop out your whole character sheet, and you can put it on a different monitor if you want.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Then you can just click stuff there. It's faster than Beyond 20 because lag.
Yeah, exactly. I've added your very long sword using your charisma modifier. 1d10 plus 4 slashing. Very good.
Thank you kindly.
Yes, absolutely. And then if you click macro generator, that'll also make macros for you. Okay, done. All right, it's been added. And yeah, there it is. Reach and heavy, so you got a 10-foot reach there.
Where's the psychic damage in that?
Oh, that is. Do you see the over on the right at the damage, Scott? You see 9 slashing, and then it says 3 psychic underneath.
I don't see that.
If you scroll down, maybe you might.
Oh,
maybe...
no. All right, I see it.
Yeah, I figured might have cut it off there. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so you have 2 iron ore and 2 monster parts remaining. Is there anything else you'd like to make?
What do you guys want?
Boys want a gamba for me?
You can gamba for you, sure. What do you want?
This is my idea.
Heavy piercing D12 weapon, so it's got to be 2-handed, range 30 to 120, and critical. Which monster part would you want to use the critical for?
Oh, would it be replacing one of the void or the salvo iguana?
That is correct.
It's if people are okay with me using. It depends on. I think the void damage type is more valuable than the fire damage type, so I'd use the fire. And I'd rather have somebody like actually be able to use the void damage because that's way more rare damage type.
Just so I'm aware, range 30-20 is 30 normal, 120 disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Oh, range 30, 120. Yep, that is correct.
That's like what a longbow is already, though. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the range that I'm used to. I don't want to go over that.
You want to do 8320?
That's too much gamba.
All right. So tell me who's going to be making your boat. You're using the you're using the Saliguana monster part?
Yes. I'd rather Scott make it just because he has the 1 higher.
Yep.
Oh, I do. All right.
I'd also slap your ass with guidance.
You got it. All right. Do it in this order as well, right? That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, that order is probably best.
Okay.
All right. So, ready?
I'll give you the ass slap, man. I believe in you.
All right.
Alrighty. First up for piercing.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a blacksmith check. You're good.
Next for heavy.
All right. DC 0. You're good.
D12.
D12. DC 10.
Range.
DC 12.
Oh god.
So that's a critical miss. So let me tell you what critical hits and critical misses do. If you critically miss while
you're halfling lucky.
He's like staring at it going, oh, I think you can only use that on your rolls.
It only applies to yourself, yeah.
Can I step in?
You can step in. The critical miss will still apply, which means because a critical miss happened, the DC is now going to increase by a further 2. There'll actually be a card here that'll show a imperfection, so the DC is now further increased to 2. But you still have to beat a DC 12 currently. So,
Okay,
yeah.
well let me see if I can use the. Do you want me to try guidance first to save your help?
It depends on if the crit matters, even if you guidance it.
So right now you still have to beat a DC 12.
And I think I should save the advantage, right? Well, I mean,
I'd use the guidance. Just
worst case scenario, I roll a 1 and I have to get his help anyway.
yep.
Yeah, I guess it would also depend if Hayo knew that he was making it for her instead of himself. Because if he was, if she didn't know, she's like, eh.
Pets dragon. All right, you've successfully done that.
How much does the DC gone up by?
So currently, I mean, well, it depends on what you're adding. So right now, the base DC is 14.
Okay, the last one on this list is critical.
All right, so now you have to beat a DC of 16.
Okie dokie.
And it's done.
Woo! And then I transfer my +1 from my longbow to this.
Well, hold on. Dirk, are you done making this?
Oh god, please. Please. I hand you my longbow shaking.
Would you like a thrown longbow?
No.
Make
Perhaps
it dirty.
brilliant.
Make it blue.
Can we?
Make it
Is
blue
there
to
some
match
sort of
me.
die that can increase the DC by 40?
There is. You can do light so that it is you can use the bow in your offhand.
No, I'm not gonna cock. I'm not gonna cock her weapon.
All right, so you're done.
Yep.
The bow is created. What do you create, Dirk?
All right. I'm going under the assumption that she was sort of next to me, like kind of giving me like, okay, and then I want this like
I was
this.
handing you coral. I was handing you coral the whole time. It's made out of coral.
Were you talking to me like as I was shaping this thing? Were you telling me how to
Probably.
go?
She
Or were
was
you just
probably
blind?
watching you, like spitting water out of her mouth. Like yeah,
All
and
right,
then that
I'm gonna
there,
simplify this.
and then that there.
Is the appearance up to me or is it up to you? I will let you choose.
Well, we can do a collaborative effort. You can put some edge in it.
Okay, I will.
As long as there's some
regret that.
coral on it, I'll let you do what you want.
Okay, I'm gonna have to affix a coral skull somewhere on. Is that okay?
Yes.
It's just I have to. I'm required by law. Okay.
What
From there, you can do whatever you want with
What
it.
are you calling this weapon?
Ooh. Tidebreaker?
Hidebreaker.
It's edgy.
Good fantasy
Should
name.
be Hide Piercer because it's a bow,
Hidebreaker, I
right?
thought, right?
Tide, yeah, tide, like the waters.
Tide.
Oh,
yes.
Tide. I heard hide. Sorry.
What a shitty.
Hidebreaker.
This bow pierces hide.
That's what I
Ooh.
thought. So I don't judge. I'm just like, okay.
All right, let me fuck with this weapon now. Oh boy.
Question, DM.
Yes.
Does my +1 from the Salvo Guana Gauntlet apply to this thing?
Oh. It only applies to one of the weapons. Not all of them.
I'll have it be this one then.
Okay. May I apply 1 to the very long sword?
I'm probably
That's
going to
what you
change
called
the
it.
name, but for now, it's good.
Bro, my crit range. Oh god, crit farming is gonna be way easier now.
The very long sword. All right. You've got 1 monster part and 2 iron remaining. Is there anything else you'd like to make?
Well, yeah. Who else wants shit? Let's go.
Need some daggers, bro.
I'll make you some shitty daggers, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Just make sure they're light and finesse.
Okay, how does that work with like dual things? That's 2 separate weapons, right?
Yeah, you have to make 2 weapons, which means if you use 2 irons.
Yeah, just use the remaining iron.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
I don't need a weapon. I have a dragon.
That's true.
Okay, Khaleesi.
Hold sleeping,
Hey.
hug sleeping
Look,
dragon.
okay, Hyla's like she gave up religion to learn magic, and now dragons exist. She's on cloud 9.
All right. Tell me
All right,
what
let's
you.
do some. Yeah. What do you want, Russ?
I guess piercing. Just stay with the normal daggers.
Piercing. So daggers would already have the light property, right?
Nope. You have to apply it.
I need
Oh,
light
shit.
and finesse.
That's why you see
Light.
light, and that's why there is a finesse.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I guess D8 of damage or anything above that. Crit range would be
D8
cool.
daggers.
shit.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
If you're using crit range, that will take up the final monster part.
Oh.
And it can only be on one of them, right?
Russ, don't you already have the increased crit range because of your fighting thing?
Am I
'Cause you're a
fighting?
fighter? I
I'm
thought you were
a samurai.
Oh, so who has the crit range increase? I know somebody had it.
Me, I think.
Ah, that was you. I was building character sheets and I thought it was Russ for some reason. No, it was you.
Thank you, Summer.
Never mind. I was just making sure.
No, I mean just saying
Alright.
general. Thank you for helping me out with that.
All right. Let's start with the beginning. Piercing.
All right, DC 2.
Good to go.
Yep.
And you
You're good.
wanted D8 daggers?
Sure, yeah.
All right. So this is still for the first dagger. We have to make both of them. But all right.
Right.
So this would be 8 DC.
Okay. So you're adding the 8. Yep, that'll be a DC 8. All right.
And then let's add. Let's do finesse
Slap his
first.
ass.
All right, DC 8 has now DC 10.
Ooh. Does that do anything?
That does. So now your DC will be lowered next. So now that you've completed that, it goes down to a baseline of DC 8.
Okay. And
Yep.
then let's add light.
All right, DC 12. Yes. Very good. You have made this. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
You want you want anything else?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm cool with that. Just
Drone or
D8
reach? Or are you
daggers,
good?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good with that?
Dagger with reach.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, it's a D8.
You know what? Fuck it, dude.
You want the reach on it?
Yeah.
All right. What does that make it?
All right,
With
so
the-
let me add everything. 8, 10, 14, 16, DC 14.
Oh, this is fun, dumbass. Why would you do that? No, wait. I have guidance
Okay.
and also a potential help from a Valith.
Okay.
Okay,
13.
Valith help.
Valid! Valid! Uh-oh. Well, anything else? If there is nothing else, this will be a
I'm
failed.
just gonna hand him just a pile of iron. Here you go, bro.
It literally-
Part of the course.
All right, that iron ore was wasted.
Well, technically, we can still make another one with a monster part, so you're not out of the woods yet.
That is correct. You have one
Sure.
iron. You have one iron ore, and one void part remaining.
Didn't need the reach.
Yeah, but it kind of did. Gamba. All right, let's start again with piercing.
Gamba. Okay. So what would you like?
Piercing.
All right, piercing. That's 2. Yep.
D8.
Okay, that's 10 or 8. Sorry. Oh, yep. There it goes. Goes back down to 6 now.
All right. Light. Oh wait, no. Let's do finesse first.
Finesse. Okay, so now it's 8. Okay.
And then light.
That will be 12. Okay.
Hey, bro, you want to reach on this thing?
I haven't learned my lesson. Yes.
All right.
Slap his
14.
ass.
14.
All right. Hey,
Hey.
Anything else?
hey, bro, what if you could throw this thing with reach?
Then I have to walk
no,
and pick it up.
just take it. Just
No.
take it.
All right. There it is.
How does that even look? Just a really long dagger?
What-
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a knife.
We have a really long greatsword. We have a really long longsword. I have a really long longbow. Now we have really long daggers.
Just
Okay.
really imaginative
Essentially, you
here.
just made a
Long
long
day.
sword.
Russ, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
A dagger with range. Scout knife with a surprise.
Oh, perfect.
Do you want that for the next one?
Yes.
This is gonna use your void part. 'Cause
Let's
you
not
used-
fuck around with the void one. Rather, let's not add range to it.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, this will be using the void part, starting with piercing again.
Yep, that's a 2. All right.
And then same D8.
All right, that is this 8. Okay.
And then again with finesse.
Finesse, that is a 10. Yep.
And then with light.
That's a 14. Oh God, that was
Hey
close.
kid, you want some void damage on that?
Ass slap.
I don't know. I kind of want to go crit so I can also stack it on my sneak attack.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
All
Want
right,
crit?
Yeah.
16. Oh my
Oh, wow.
God! Oh my God!
Ooh-wee.
Anything else?
Hey kid, you want some reach on that?
He wants some fucking reach, bro.
You can only reach with one of your daggers, dude.
Offer it then.
I'm not pure Christian.
yeah,
Whatever you want.
yeah,
I'll listen to Snake. Can't
Okay.
fuck around.
All right, all right.
So how does that work? You can only reach with one of them, and the other one's just like
Yep.
shorter.
Yeah, it's like a
that's
rapier,
correct.
I guess.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. All right. It is done. Did you add it to? Did people add it to their character sheets? Summer.
Oh, I'll BRB'd for a while. I just need to know what they are, and then I can add them.
Okay, one of them's like a reach dagger, 1d8
Oh.
piercing reach light weapon, and then the other one is a 1d8 piercing reach. No, not reach.
Not reach.
Light. Oh, sorry, and finesse.
Just finesse.
It also has finesse, so let me go ahead and add that finesse, and then 1d8 light finesse critical. So it has the 19 to 20 critical. One of them's really long, and the other one is not.
Really sharp.
Yeah, really sharp. All right, you have used all of your materials for blacksmithing. That felt pretty good. What'd
That
you
was
guys-
awesome.
Yeah, did you guys enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I like that system a lot.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Excellent. I feel good about that. All right. Everyone got their new weapons with the materials that you guys have found.
I got a dragon.
You got a dragon. Everyone got some pretty cool stuff. Nexie's up on a tree.
Yeah, chilling with my new glaive.
Glaive of Insanity. While you guys are doing that, Io, as you continue to read,
Well, I'm sketching it.
uh,
Drawing and sketching all the parts.
you will feel the dragon while it slumbers, almost as if it didn't, like in its sleep. It gets closer to you and sort of just like presses itself against you. Now comes for the potential sad moment. Hayo
Yeah.
Has been
Yeah.
eaten.
has been eaten. Sorry.
It's only potentially sad though.
Yeah. No. Hayo, I need an animal handling check.
I slap her ass.
Why do you always do that?
It's
Scott-
for good luck.
Scott, I'm literally reading that weapon as empanadas.
Delicious.
Also, hope you like the names, Russ. I named them Long Boy and Crit Boy.
Oh.
You can change the name if you'd like.
I think I will, but thank you.
It's so you knew the difference.
Yeah. That's fair.
Oh,
Nice.
oh. As you sketch the dragon and feel it press like kind of against you, Hayo, what do you do?
Like to lean against it
Okay.
and see if it wakes up.
As you lean up against it, its eyes will slightly open up, And for it being asleep a very long time, it shall look upon you, and almost as if by instinct, your wings of insanity will sort of flourish behind your back. As the dragon looks on to you, it views you as its protector.
I mean, oh yeah, awesome.
As it will then...
Mommy? Sorry.
It will look at you and sort of look at everything quietly. Look up to the sky. A slow blink on its lizard-like eyelids. So it like blinks and then blinks with separate eyelids like within its eyes. And it'll sort of look up.
Did I understand that? Fuck, I gotta learn Draconic! Someone help!
And it looks over to you. Ooh. Let me do a stupid thing. One moment. I need to type this out. Spire NPCs. Okay. Right. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay, here we go.
I can speak Draconic if I need some help.
It looks over. Wait, like IRL?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Okay. Then I'm probably gonna butcher this, but that's okay. It looks over at you, and with a heavy tone, it'll say,
Svakla uwer Relgra Tabitha.
as it tilts its head.
Do I hear this?
Yes, you do. You
What
hear
did he
someone
say?
speaking the dead language Draconic. It
I
asks.
understand
It asks, "Where is the one called Tabitha?" And ultimately, it's up to Eric to translate.
Eric's just looking over very curiously.
It
Are you
looks up-
translating for the dragon? Or are you just gonna let Hayo just be like, oh?
Yeah.
Sorry,
All right.
I don't understand you.
It tilts its head over to the other side. And it will say,
Te Wux Te Campion were Draxtic Hubel?
which Eric, you translate as, "Do you not understand the dragon tongue?"
It's not gonna think I'm its mom. I hate this timeline. Io starts like her cheeks get really red and like the tips of her ears just kind of wiggle and twitch a bit as she's like frustration falls over her.
Eric will approach and in Draconic say, I understand you, little one, but who is Tabitha?
It looks over at you, armed that someone speaks Draconic, as it kind of looks over at Hayo with a sort of like a look of disappointment.
Oh, that's even worse than it being mad. Oh.
Ooh.
And it looks back over at Eric. It will state, and this one will be, I'll just say in comments since you guys are talking to each other.
Tabitha was my friend. A guardian knight. Where is she?
What is it saying?
It's, I'm speaking in common. I believe it's asking about the knight that was protecting it. Her name was Tabitha.
I will use minor illusion to make a copy of the ghost form next to him to show that she has passed on.
We'll look over at the figure. Stare down for a brief moment. Silence falls in the area.
Tell him or her that she died protecting him or her.
Tabitha gave her life to see that you were protected. She is now put to rest.
And that, like, she trusted us. Me.
Oh.
Trusted me.
Trusted me. Looks over
This
at
one
Eric.
is very keen on caring for you.
That's not what she said. Fuck.
That's what he says in Draconic.
So
Exactly, I know.
the dragon looks down for a moment and then perks his ears up, looking back at Hayo again. Keep in mind, Hayo and the whelpling are literally the same height. And then looks over at you and will question.
This whelpling?
Don't let her size fool you. She's actually quite powerful. And then I nudge Hayo, open your wings.
Oh, okay. She does it.
Yeah. As your wings flourish again, the dragon will look on. Please give me an animal handling check.
I drive by slap ass.
On a Vespa.
I would like to add to that.
Please use your guidance 1d4. It will stare into Hayo's eyes, uncomfortably so, to see how she will respond as the wings flourish up. It will tilt its head, saying off the side of its mouth to Eric.
This one seems exceedingly eager.
And it'll sigh a little bit, and as it kind of like harumphs, you kind of hear the crash of thunder in its mouth. Before
To Hayo, I'll be like, he likes that you're very enthusiastic.
and he'll look over and in a very crude, common tongue state,
What is your name?
to Hayo.
Her ears will kind of twitch and wiggle. I am Hayo Odigwen.
And it'll stare again, silence, and crudely in common tongue.
Need to learn Draconic. Yes?
Yes, I would love to. Very
It'll-
much.
We'll look back at Eric, and it'll say,
Can you teach this one Draconic?
I think that's very possible. She is, what you say in Draconic, a nerd.
Ah, yes.
Well, so here's the funny thing, because there isn't the word nerd in Draconic. So you just kind of... Hold on.
Very scholarly.
You would so this is... Hold on, I have to see this.
I know what you're about to do.
Yeah, hi, you literally see Eric go, Jakiv u Svabel Vox Ordla Relger,
Nerd.
Yeah, exactly. He'll nod and say
Little scholar.
in Draconic.
Yes, little scholar.
So it will nod and it will bow its head to you and simply stay in its broken common.
Many thanks.
Ahio.
Of course. Up until now, I honestly didn't believe that any of you existed anymore.
As you like saying that, as you like exasperated, you say that, it shakes its head a little bit and just says,
Too fast. No good with common tongue.
Of course.
You teach common, I teach draconic.
She'll nod.
it'll nod back.
Then I shall follow you.
Good.
And looking over at you, it'll say,
Zerso. My name is Zerso.
So.
nods. And it looks over at Eric. And he will say, he speaks Draconic again. And just say, Jacques ou Svabul, nerd, and nod again.
Cease!
Before it just like walks over looking at everyone else. And it looks over at the sky. And it will say to itself in Draconic,
Thank you, Tabitha.
before it looks at Hayo, sits down next to Hayo, gives a rather large yawn.
How big is Zerso again?
Zerso is about 3.5 feet tall.
Okay.
So it is almost, it is a very young dragon whelpling. Dragon,
baby.
yeah, dragon whelplings usually grow up to be human size as they continue to grow. But this one apparently has been in a sort of a suspended state of animation. So more than likely, it will survive even beyond all of your lifetimes.
Curse to always remember us.
I'd like to have Hayo show him all the sketches she did of him.
It kind of looks at you. It is reminiscent almost of a cat, where like you want the cat to love you, but the cat also just doesn't give a shit. But it looks.
Did you draw me in my sleep, bro?
Yeah, but
It's like an art, showing art.
Yeah, but it sits there and it looks, and it appears unimpressed at first, but then it looks over a little bit and looks to Hayo, and it nods a little bit with a sort of smug smile. And it will then say,
Tarazje.
Eric, you know this as book, as it tries to like nudge over to the journal.
I think he's telling you that's a book. That's the word for book.
Tarazje.
And it just looks at you, just like nodding, almost as if it's trying to teach you a trick.
Tarazje.
Book.
It nods. It just stares at Hayo.
she would repeat it.
Incredible. Nods with a smile. And then it yawns a little bit before it then circles again, laying back on the ground, its neck resting upon its upon its scaly claws, and it begins to sort of lounge, as if the dragon is already tired. But
Zurso, how old are you?
he thinks to himself. 1 second, please. I know there's a table for this. Ah, yes. So it will look over to you and state that it is 30 years of age.
He's 30 years old. That's legal drinking age.
Before it stares off a little bit, enjoying the silence for a moment, probably used to the rain that's been pounding upon the cave. So as it rests along with the rest of you, after crafting your weapons, swimming in the river, climbing the trees, and just taking a much needed break, a question remains. After your break wraps up, where do you go next? You have one final runestone that you still need to unseal. But there are also other greater threats that roam the island, the continent of Atropa. The Hunters Guild is still actively looking for hunters. Do you return back to the City of Trials? Or do you press on to the final runestone?
Absolutely press on.
I'm ready for pressing on.
I think, yeah, runestone. We should stop by Atlas, though, again, because didn't Manda say she had something to tell us when we were done with the dragon fight?
Oh yeah, where's our bard?
He already left.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, he bids you farewell. Thanks you all for a lovely adventure. Wished you all the best and returned back to Atlas.
We could go to the next runestone, but like stop by Atlas before we head out, because Amanda was like, "I gotta tell you guys something when you're back," and I want to know what the hell that's all about. We also
we wanna go to the
he was making the
bloody swamp
kites
again?
too for the library.
Ah, yes. So if you would like, you can actually return to Atlas now if you wish. If you wish to talk to Manda.
Sure.
Wide open skies for the dragon.
All right.
Does anyone want any salmon while I'm in the river?
Power.
No.
Absolutely.
Okay, I grab one or two.
Power gaming salmon.
I wonder how long it's been since she ate.
I grab some fish, I hunt, I bring them out. I'm chewing on one in my mouth. I'm feral.
It immediately looks over at Sicily, and its mouth opens wide.
I toss him a fish.
It jumps up into the air and swallows it whole. As you just see its gullet expand to the salmon as it goes into its pit. And it then yawns again.
Nice.
That's disgusting.
You're disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Dirk looks really sad.
Oh.
Hail smiles.
Oh, just cheer up, Dirk. Go into a rage.
I can't. I can't.
Oh.
What is the manner of us teleporting here? Like, exactly how does that work again?
It's like casting a ritual spell.
Okay.
Yeah. For some weird reason, Atlas does not want to play.
Oh, we hear it.
I kind of hear it. It's like
Oh.
mixed with the song.
Oh, you know what? Let me refresh. And maybe I'll start hearing it. Ah, yes. I hiccuped, apparently. Okay. You would all return over to Atlas. Yeah, it's kind of... you all have the ability to teleport to Atlas, by the way. It's not just spellcasters. So, you would all return over to Atlas. You would see that Amanda is currently actively working on something as she turns over to you all. She greets you with a warm wave and says, "You returned relatively unscathed." And she'll look off to the little dragon whelpling and say, "It seems you've brought an ally. A new friend? Welcome." Dragon will nod.
I brought you a fish, Manda. I hand her a fish.
She looks at it and says, "There's no need. I do not require food." And then she stares at the fish again and mutters under her breath, "It has been quite some time." And she'll
hand it over.
And just looks around and she'll slowly paw the fish, dragging it across the table and placing it underneath for later snacking when nobody's looking.
Nice.
"I don't require food."
Dirk gives an approving nod.
Yeah, I'll say, Dirk, you almost feel as if she's looking at you when she says that, even though she isn't. And then she stares off at you and says, "How may I aid you today?"
When we were here last, you said after the insanity business, you said you had something to talk to us about. We're here for that.
Oh, right. Well, so not only do you have the ability to shift between your ritual casting, but a shrine has been built specifically for teleporting around your planet. And she'll point off to the south where you'll kind of see this like Roman-esque style open shrine as you see violent energies sort of rippling out of this shrine. She'll turn over to you. "Currently, there are 2 tears within the building. One of them was created by myself that will take you to the continent of the Ishtar region, specifically where goblins hail from. In the southern region, lots of jungle, lots of swamp. Another one of those tears, however, was not created by me, but those that come from another location, another place. I suppose another celestial body. Not your planet of Io, but rather your Nova, your sun."
Interesting.
And
What
these...
in the hell?
Exactly, she'll say. "Your sun is a scorching hellscape that apparently has inhabitants that managed to break through. I am uncertain what magic they used. Well, I am certain it is a dark power known as the Black Star. In fact, I am infused with such energies as well. But they essentially created a tear from your sun over to your planet of Io. And that tear still remains here. A pathway to the hellscape, to the Nova is open, and I fear what else may come through. I am simply here to warn you that more danger may be coming. But on the other side of that portal to that hellscape, I dare not venture. I sense something angry, filled with hatred, and insidious on the other side. It appears someone or something is pulling the strings, and your planet may be in grave danger. That is all I wish to tell you, all I wish to warn you. You have threats on your planet, and they've come from a different celestial body. Be wary, and be careful." And she'll just sort of wander back around to the bench.
What the hell does the sun even look like? Is it fire? Is it lava? Like what?
Have you stared into your sky recently? So, by the way, you would know what this looks like because I think I told you guys this before, and for those that I haven't told, I apologize. Currently in Io, recently formed, is a giant opening in the sky. In that opening in the sky, you can actually see what appears to be some sort of floating giant off in the distance, and a scorching red sun that is constantly overlooking Io. Io still follows its rotation, so it does still have night cycles. But you'll notice that the tear in the sky that you are currently looking at almost appears synthetic in nature, as if it was a giant illusion cast over your planet. And that has been there since the end of Hunter Season 1. I actually have a picture of it, and I can send it to you later. So you are aware of what a sun is and what it looks like within the sky. And Manda will reiterate a giant ball of fire within your starry sea.
But like, how do people live on a giant ball of fire? Is that not painful?
They probably just go at night when it's turned off.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
If I could theorize, it's almost as if you're staring into the skyline of that sun. What's underneath the scorching fire is uncertain. But apparently it is, well, hospitable enough that you can venture through it. But the area is of great danger. And as mentioned before, someone or something is apparently planning to move on to Io. And you all may be in grave danger. I shall keep you informed if anything else develops. But something insidious is within that hellscape.
Is there anyone else doing anything about this?
Amanda shakes her head. It
A grand
seems
threat. No one's doing anything.
it seems others are busy with their own business. While I respect that, and a call to heroes is a rather unreasonable request, I can simply only tell you of what is on the other side. And that is an entity of great danger, infused with a cosmic magic known as the Black Star. Whatever is on that other side, I can sense it. A great hatred for you and your people and your planet. Be wary. If you wish to do something about it, well, I could perhaps assist you the best I can. But that is only if you decide to do so.
Man, that's heavy.
That is all I wanted to inform you. To let you know of, since you are denizens of Atlas. It is important that you know and are aware of the great threats that are out there and how exposed you really are. Then she'll nod, with nothing more to say. Is there anything else I can assist you with? And is there anything, I was saying, is there anything that you would ask her for at that point? If not, then she will nod and say, let me know if there's anything else you require. And then she'll get back to work. All right. What do you all do at this point?
Teleport directly to the final runestone.
All right. So you are teleporting. So it will teleport you back into the city that you were at before. So you will recall yourself off of Atlas and return back to your continent of Atropa?
Yes, unless there's anybody here that can teleport us elsewhere.
Nope.
Then yes.
I say, Amanda, good luck with the invasion or whatever's going on with that.
Nay.
Hopefully nobody comes out of there again.
It is you that I wish luck for. I feel as if your planet may be in grave danger.
That'll be fine.
And you will return back to your back to the ruins of where you found the dragon. 1 second. All right. And with your return, you have decided that you will continue forward to find the final rune stone. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Then that is where we will leave today's session of Spire of Euclid. Thank you very much for playing today.
Thanks for hosting, dude.
Next week, you'll be venturing off to find the final rune stone, where you approach this campaign, or where you're nearing, rather, this campaign's end.
Ooh.
Very spooky. All right. I'm just checking something real quick. But I believe, yes, I've got some fan art for you.
Ooh, let my eyeballs view it.
Yes. Fan art.
I gotta say, really good job with that crafting system. It was really fun.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. All right. I very excited to let you know and to show you we've got fan art of the dragon.
Baby.
Except it's more like mama.
Mother. Mommy. Sorry. Mommy. Sorry.
Maternal figure.
We've got this is a picture of Eric. With
Hell yeah.
That's like the most human form I can see of.
And then, Eric talking to the dragon. And it's just like, nerd.
What the fuck?
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys had fun today, and we will continue next week, next Thursday.
Yep, sounds good.
Oh, yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys
Thank you
again.
for running.
Take it easy, everybody.
Bye. All right. Did you guys have fun today? I hope so. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you all very much. If you're looking for more D&D, tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, we are starting a brand new campaign called Altered Ballad. Session 0 is going to be happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. It's going to be just talking more about what the campaign's going to be, the characters. It's going to be a really fun time. The cast of Altered Ballad is Apricot, a.k.a. Fruit, Snuffy, Vey, Haruka, and Nieners. Is going to be playing in this party, in this group. Should be a fun, smallish campaign. Probably the last campaign of Phase 2, or the last new game, or the last Phase 2 campaign. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of Phase 3 stuff is going to be debuting during that campaign as well. That I'd like to go ahead and see how it works. It should be a lot of fun. So if you'd like to go and stop by to watch a brand new campaign from its infancy, from its beginning, well, that's the time to do it. 5 p.m. tomorrow. If you would like to support IO, we have a Patreon. Head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/worldofio. This includes maps, MP3s of campaigns, boss mechanics. The crafting that you saw will be included on the Game Master tier here shortly, if not tomorrow, very, very soon. Because I thought it went pretty well. I'm pretty happy and satisfied with how the crafting went. It seemed very engaging. It seemed like everyone was having a good time. So I will be showing that off and all the mechanics for that on the Patreon very soon. I also want to go ahead and thank a few key members of our Patreon. I want to thank everyone on our Patreon. But that also includes Twitching Pickle, Love Our Panda, Chaos King 1236, Wiry Traveler, Con Air on DVD, Eagle Wolf, Why Not Gemology, Wiggles, Baker Staunch, Alias Kit Lisa, and Starter Pack. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are really awesome. If you would also like to support what I do, I have a merch shop, BrettUltimus.com, where our lovely raccoon mascot is role-playing a fighter. You will be seeing on screen. We have prints, shirts, and pins. Go ahead and get yourself something physical that also supports me. That is a really cool way to do it. Buy yourself some merch. The merch that you purchase goes into making more merch. So if you'd like to go ahead and see more of your favorite classes, consider picking up a shirt today. It would be very, very appreciated. If this is your first time watching an IO campaign, welcome. We have a YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/worldofio where you can watch all of our campaigns from the beginning. Yeah, thank you for everyone watching the YouTube. Watching the YouTube is the best way to support me for my financial level. Watch it over on YouTube. You can watch VODs here on Twitch, but YouTube is a great way to go because of ad revenue, and you don't have to spend a dime doing it, and it supports me financially. So thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who subscribed today. Let me go and shout out some people. Sci-Fi, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 10 months. Cobalt1308, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Space Pirate Pluto, thank you for gifting us sub. Gaming Dwarfs, thank you for the tier 3 sub for 13 months. Shadow Bunny God, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Fallen Angel Xi, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Legit King Cole, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome to the Rack Pack. Baron Moffat, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 5 months. Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to join our community, go to the World of IO Discord. That's the Discord link over there. You can also go to discord.gg/worldofio if you'd like to join our lovely community. That's it for now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, appreciate y'all hanging out. You guys are the best, and I will see you all tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST for Altered Ballad Session 0. Should be a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a good day. Bye-bye now. Bye.